Today I want to talk about my thoughts on Grant Cardone. So make sure you stick around because I think you're gonna like this video. Everybody knows Grant Cardone. Hopefully, if you've been on YouTube or if you've been anywhere, you've heard of him. He's been around for quite a while. He's the author of many books and many training programs. And really, he started in sales. I mean, that was his career. He didn't enjoy sales and he decided that he should focus on that. And because he wanted to be the best at it. So, that was kind of how he got started. So when you think about this and when you think about the material that is left behind, and if you look at all the training, if you look at all the books that he has done, the majority of that, of what he has produced in the past has been around sales and marketing. Very good at that role. He's been probably the number one sales trainer in the US, if not, broader than that. I'm not making any claims, but so he's very well known from that perspective. I'm coming from an investment perspective, so I'm looking at Grant Cardone and I'm seeing a salesperson, a sales marketing person. He's done very well. The videos that he's produced about investing, about real estate investing, they've been very good in general. I think they have been, one of the advantages of that is really speaking to the new investors and make them understand clearly kind of what a strategy should look like in terms of investing in real estate. Should they be investing in real estate A versus real estate B? He's also under the same impression, or is a proponent of, you don't have to buy a home. You can rent a home and invest the money, instead of putting equity and cash into this, into your home. Take that and invest it somewhere to work on passive income. So from that perspective, I think we have a lot of similarities in terms of kind of what these goals should be like and how people should invest. And so I think this is great. He's also focused entirely on real estate investment, as far as I know, as far as I read. And I think it's the simplest investment, and it's also one of the, I won't say safest, but the one that's been proven over the last 200 years to be the best investment to create wealth and help people achieve financial freedom. From that perspective, I think this is great. From what I've seen, he started investing really in real estate in 1995, and then from that point on, he continued to invest in real estate and did more and more syndication. Currently, he's doing more funds. He has different funds that invest in different types of real estate investment, and he takes money from accredited investors. He has some funds that are dedicated to accredited investors and other funds that are more for the new investors, where they accept funds for less than $5,000. So you don't have to be an accredited investor. You can be just a regular off-the-street person with $5,000 and you can invest in his deal. What I like about Grant Cardone is that he is a great motivator. So he is very energetic and he really transmits that energy to his audience. So this is something that's very good. He gets you really excited about investing in real estate and about taking control of your life and your finances. So this is very, very good. And he wrote the book Tenx Rules, and I think it's a good book, but it's really focused on, to me, it's really focused on motivating people to do something, to take action, and not think that things are going to come their way. They can just wait and sit on the couch and opportunities are going to fall on their lap and then they're going to be financially free. It doesn't work like that. Having an idea is not having the same as having a business. So I think, I totally agree, and I think this is something that is really powerful about that book, is really confirming or affirming that it is important for people to put effort into their work if they want to get out of their situation. So I think from that perspective, I think this is an excellent book that is continuously repeating and drumming, I would say, this motto, this mantra that You have to work. You have to work more than everybody else. You have to have bigger goals than anybody else, and you have to work 10 times more than everybody else. And if you do that, then you're gonna be successful. But you can't just be sitting, do what the average people are doing, because you're gonna get, obviously, average results. So that's the whole mantra of this book, I think. So from that perspective, I think this is excellent to get people motivated and get people to understand that in order to be successful, it requires effort. So many people are thinking, they're looking at successful people and they think that this was easy. So it's not easy. So just keep that in mind. Grant Cardone is also on the Undercover Billionaire show, which is kind of an interesting show, and really starting with $100 and obviously what is in their head, and not having to worry about risk because they know they can go back to their mansion and their yacht, so they don't have, and their jet, so they don't have to worry too much. They just have to stick it out for 90 days. But it's still very interesting to see kind of how they got started with the $100 and how they need to, the first thing that they do is really cut down on these expenses, like minimize expenses as much as possible, and it's very, very drastic. And then they can kind of slowly come up to a certain level where they can spend a little bit of money. But really their whole focus is cutting down the expenses as much as possible, and then investing what's left to do something else and invest and find opportunities and get people to invest in that. So the book is great, the 10X book is great, the Undercover Billionaire show is pretty interesting. I've only seen like 3 episodes, but I think it's very good. But when I look at this book, he wants to set these 10X target and stuff like that, and to me, like, I'm not really that, I think a lot of people are going to be demotivated by having these massive targets that they cannot reach. I'd rather set a target that's realistic and then reset targets to move forward. But this is just one approach over another, and to me that's it really depends on how you work, how you are motivated. Clearly Grant Cardone is motivated by having these massive targets and going for it. Other people would probably be intimidated by these big targets and would probably give up a little too soon, saying that it's impossible to achieve. That's my one piece of advice here. When I watch his videos, what I see is a salesperson. So that's what I'm seeing and that's what I'm hearing. So even some of the videos that he has seem to be informational and provide training, etc. But what I'm seeing is really that it's really a sales vehicle for the fund. So a few of the videos that I were talking about is kind of how do you get started investing with $5,000 in how to invest in real estate with $5,000. And of course that was in order to drive people to invest $5,000 as in one of their funds. They would talk about some opportunities and then they would say, oh, this is very complicated. You have to deal with insurance, you have to deal with the loan, you have to deal with this, you have to deal with that. If you just give me your money, then I'll take care of all that for you and I'll give you 5% return. If that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that keep in mind that Grant Cardone is a salesperson, and when I'm watching Grant Cardone on his videos, that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a sales pitch, not necessarily a coaching pitch, not necessarily a training pitch. So that's what I'm saying. But beside that, Grant Cardone is a great advocate for investing in real estate. He's a great salesperson to invest in real estate, and I'm obviously for that. I think overall, it's beneficial to have someone that's going to be a strong proponent of real estate investing, even though they may decide not to invest with Grant Cardone and invest with other people out there, or do their own investments. I think this is great in general. He's also selling his real estate investment course. I obviously didn't buy the real estate investment course, and I was trying to look for some feedback on the course that he's selling, but yeah, I'm not gonna say anything, but if you have any feedback on the course, feel free to mention that in the comments below. If you bought the course, if you think it's great, if you think it's not so great and stuff like that, so just leave some comments. I'm not gonna put any comments because I haven't reviewed the content of that course. But even on his YouTube channel, he mentions frequently kind of like the need. It's always a need about the passive income, and then so I totally agree with that. As you know, for me, the #1 goal for everyone should be to achieve financial freedom. And so if you decide to invest with some money with Grant Cardone on one of his funds, this is still going to be better than putting money in the bank and all of that. So that's all power to you. And the advantage with investing with Grant Cardone is that it's going to be hands-off. A lot of people don't have time. The first issue when you want to start investing is, of course, you want to put 10x the effort, but sometimes you're working already at 10x in different jobs, so you don't have 10x to give to real estate investing. So putting that money towards Grant Cardone or turnkey rental properties or some other investments is going to get you further ahead. But being as hands-off as possible, is a great way to at least get started at the beginning till you get some returns, and then you can move on to something else. So overall, I really like Grant Cardone. Obviously, I think it's very energetic and energizing and very motivating, and to help people really understand that they need to do something, push them to take action. And I think this is the first enemy of a lot of people that are just sitting on the couch or sitting on the sideline and not taking action. Just analysis paralysis, as they say, and just listening to more and more videos about real estate investing or Bitcoin or whatever, and finding the one that's going to be the easiest and fastest way to make $1 million or quit your job. And then this is what Grant Cardone is talking about. You have to put the effort. There's no quick way to get from, to get there. You have to put the effort. It's going to take some time, but you have to get started as soon as possible. So there's one thing that, there's many things, but this is one thing that is excellent about Grant Cardone, is that he's going to get you hopefully motivated to get there and then to take action and achieve financial freedom. So if you like this video, make sure you click the thumbs up, and to help that YouTube algorithm spread out the good news. If you like real estate investment, investing in general, if you like entrepreneurship, financial freedom, make sure you watch the other videos on my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Oh, that's not the subscribe, that's the like button. But subscribe to the channel, be notified whenever I publish another video. I want to thank you if you've already subscribed, and I want to wish you a very good day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.